Nothing to see. No, honest. Scout's honor. Just take Dr. Fauci's word for it. Nonprofit watchdog group Open the Books released a blockbuster report last week about undisclosed royalty payments paid to NIH scientists during the pandemic. National Review discussed the report in an article headlined, "Did Anthony Fauci and Francis Collins receive royalty payments from drug companies?" Now, I'm sure for about 1% of you out there, this is going to come as a shock, so you better put your coffee down. Taking to heart the motto, "Never let a good crisis go to waste," it appears that the NIH scientists, including ones that don't actually do any research, like Francis Collins and Mr. Science, our beloved Dr. Fauci, have figured out how to exploit a loophole in the law to accept bribes. Kickbacks. What I meant was totally legitimate, above board royalty payments. That's right. In the very rare cases where they are co-inventors of a profitable product, or just a study, or happen to be in the room where someone else's cousin was talking about an invention maybe. Well, it turns out that the NIH scientists, not only the scientists, but their bosses and administrators that don't do research or do science at all, are all really Mensa brilliant. Every one of them. It's not just one-off, extremely rare cases either. No, not at all. They co-invent amazing new products all the freaking time, and without even batting an eyelash. These NIH whizzes are inventing machines, churning out invention after invention. So it's only fair, after all that hard work, they earn hundreds of millions of dollars, right? But the best part of their royalty scheme is where the royalty money comes from. You guessed it, that's right, the American taxpayer. Not only are they sticking the taxpayer with needles, but sticking it to them as well. Here's what Open the Book says about the cash slot machines they run over there at the NIH. Last year, the National Institutes of Health, Anthony Fauci's employer, doled out $30 billion, that's B with a billion, in government grants to roughly 56,000 happy recipients. However, we also found hundreds of millions of dollars in payments also flow the other way. You don't say. These are royalty payments from third-party payers. Think pharmaceutical companies. Back to the NIH and individual NIH scientists. Between fiscal years 2010 and 2020, guess how many dollars in royalties were paid by third parties to the agency and NIH scientists who are credited as co-inventors? Come on, take a guess. Ding, 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 ding. 350 million, folks. See how grift works? Imagine you're a scientist. Now, actually, you know what? I probably should have been a scientist. Oh, anyway. NIH gives you a big, fat, juicy grant. Then you take part of that grant money and you wash the COVID right off of it and then pay it back to the NIH as a royalty. It's so simple. And shame on you for daring to suspect that anyone's motives might not be as pure and angelic as the devil's, let's say. Open the Books says that during the pandemic, Fauci got 23 separate royalty payments and his boss, poor Francis, only got 14. But guess what? The NIH refuses to disclose the amount of the royalties or who paid them, citing personal privacy or something. Sort of like what people have when they want to disclose their information. There's nothing private. Anyway, whatever happened to transparency, folks? I guess it doesn't apply to anybody but the poor schmucks like us. I thought these fine folks believed only getting to the bottom of the trough. Truth. Now, I'm not a betting man, but if I were, I would say that it's a safe bet that the patrons of St. Fauci likely include Pfizer or Moderna for starters. I would even go so far as saying that I would put my money on NIH scientists, including Fauci, to have been and still be receiving co-inventor royalty payments for, let's say, something like the COVID drugs. Of course, these fine folks could remove all suspicion in an instant by simply doing full disclosure about the payments. But the likelihood of that happening is about the same as the chances of zero COVID. Anyway, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Please post any comments you have in the comment section. You can also follow me on my Rumble and my Locals account, and I will see you next time.